cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Huh, humor is often in short supply here. But I sense that perhaps you're after more than just that. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the... Those invested in restoration magic find healing hands to be essential. Can you cast it on me? I look forward to it. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire, but...
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? A moth priest? Fine. The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. Sometimes they go... He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there. Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine,
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
Hard to believe I ever complained about Ripsem being cold.
Hmm.
Damn stormcloak rebels.
All right, then.
Everything's in order.
Heard there were wolves on the road up north.
Working hard gives a... Nah, I don't think so.
Until next time.
I heard the gourmet is hiding out
You have the
somewhere in
Jarl's
Skyrim.
confidence, friend?
You
And
know,
so you had
the
mine.
fellow who wrote that cook.
All right, then.
Seen some mean...
A moth priest? I'm sorry. Try asking one of the guards.
Good day.
Need something?
Can't
Until
wait to
next
gut
time.
one of those The waiting. The insufferable waiting.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
Yes?
It does feel kind of normal, but that's from me, speaking as a vampire. Even as I'm undead, or however you put it, I still do feel like a normal person, mostly. I still breathe, feel, and sleep, except now I just have a great desire for blood, and the sun kind of irritates my skin. These symptoms are rather mild, though, not like other vampires who almost burn in the sunlight. So, I'm really just like you mortals in many ways. Hopefully that makes me more relatable. Oh? What is it? Yeah, actually. This might seem a bit heavy, but hear me out. What's your outlook on life? What gets you up every morning? Me too. Just getting pent up on that island. Ugh. It feels so good to be outside and adventuring for once.
Who's there?
Are you all right?
Hello? Who's there? Come on. Oh, it's on. And you... Let's see how you like this. I'll kill you where you stand.
How much longer can I keep this up? I must.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already. So far, this hasn't been too bad. Gets lonely exploring by myself, though. It does feel kind of normal, but that's from me, speaking as a vampire. Even as I'm undead, or however you put it, I still do feel like a normal person, mostly. I still breathe, feel, and sleep, except now I just have a great desire for blood, and the sun kind of irritates my skin. These symptoms are rather mild, though, not like other vampires who almost burn in the sunlight. So, I'm really just like you mortals in many ways. Hopefully that makes me more relatable.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, actually. This might seem a bit heavy, but hear me out. What's your outlook on life? What gets you up every morning? Me too. Just getting pent up on that island. Ugh. It feels so good to be outside and adventuring for once.
Who's there?
Not very impressive.
Well, you asked for it. Yeah! That's enough out of you. Who's there? There you are. Do your worst. I'm not someone to be trifled with.
The more you will suffer.
I'm not someone to be trifled with. Who's there? I'm not someone to be trifled with.
But my master, I got something.
Who's there? I knew it.
Stop! I
Done.
yield! That? I owe you a debt for the timely... I'm quite all right, thanks to you. Dexian Evicus is my... These vampires... You do? All right then, enough mysteries. You haven't... If... I will be happy... Very well. I'll hurry on my way there before more of those vampires turn up.
Oh? What is it? What do you mean? Well, I guess it's because I never felt that kind of thing was for me. I was always expected to act a certain way, and was never really asked if that was what I truly wanted. I always knew I was meant for more, not like one of those girls who felt pretty and stood inside their castles all day. And then, things started getting icy between my parents. that basically hit the nail on the head for me, at least for how I wanted to live. I saw neither of them as role models after that. Yes? Now that I think of it, there is. What brings you to Skyrim? Well, I suppose it must have been. You do seem to always be at the center of things, don't you? I see. I'm sure the bards will sing great tales of your heroic deeds, such as spending hours on end forging an iron dagger, or crafting 50 potions at the same time only to sell them all. Okay. So, what do you want to talk about? I have, actually. And if I wasn't an adventurer now, I would probably be running a shop or two. Maybe even a conglomerate, if the divines would permit. Ever since I was a child back on the island, I'd particularly be interested in the merchants that would come to our castle every now and then. Of course, these were weird merchants, to say the least, with peculiar and eccentric collections. These vendors make even Bellathor look weird. My father was kind of into those things, though. I mean, it wasn't anything particularly weird for someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, and who also was a staunch Daedra worshipper. Point is, there was just something in how these men sold and marketed their products. Kinda made me interested in the whole shopkeeping thing. Weird shopkeeping things, but still. Hey, so... as a fellow Nord, what do you think of mead? Like it, hate it, couldn't bother? It seems like most of us can't go a single day without it, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Glad we're on the same page then. I may have an extraordinarily high tolerance for alcohol, but that doesn't mean I don't like getting drunk. Or at least, trying to. Haven't succeeded, I think, ever, but that's a little life goal of mine.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude. It's been so long since I killed the Stormcloak. My sword arm's getting flabby.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick. How do you feel? I think you might be sick. All right, then.
I think so. I tweaked my shoulder a bit in that last one, but I'll be fine. So, where are we off to now? Oh? What is it? Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind. Yeah, actually. So, what's on your mind? I was just thinking about Winterhold. When I was last there, it wasn't so crumbly. It used to be a sprawling city. Everything being torn down, the whole place looking, well, dead. In fact, back in my day, the College of Winterhold would be the first place anyone would go for any kind of magic or historical thing. Do you need something? You're too sweet. You sure know how to impress me.
Divine smile on you, friend.
I'm impressed you could find a moth priest so quickly. Well, at least you're smart enough to want to learn more. For the reading? Yeah. Just let the old man know when you're ready.
Wow.
The vampires will show us. Well, at least you're smart enough to learn more. I'll show you what I can.
Yes?
Stay alert.
My trip to Skyrim has become quite the adventure. Ah, my rescuer. It's good to see you again. It's not exactly the hospitality I'm used to, but your man Isran has seen to my needs well enough. And might I add, this is a remarkable fortress. I have colleagues back home that would love to study this place in detail. Oh, most certainly. Let's find out what secrets the scroll can tell. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me, an image of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls. I must rest now. The reading has made me weary.
Come on, old man. You should get some rest.
Do you have a moment to talk? That moth priest, Dexter, he said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking. Half of the people in your little crew would just as soon kill me as talk to me. That exactly doesn't make me want to open up. I got a warmer welcome from my father, and that's saying something. You know, I've been asking myself the same thing. I hoped that if he saw me, he might feel something again. But I guess I don't really factor in at this point. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just a means to an end. We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself. The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was very cryptic, yet she called attention to it. Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas? Wait, that almost makes sense. There's a courtyard in the castle. I used to help her tend a garden there. All of our ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful. Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there. But it's worth a look. True. But I know a way we can get into the courtyard without arousing suspicion. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies to the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exists there. I think that's our way in. It's around the side of the castle. Let's move. Yes? What did you need?
Divine smile on you, friend.
So, what do you want to talk about?
Dexion said something about that scroll.
What was it? Something to do with dragons, I think. Maybe we should try asking at the College of Winterhold. Sounds like something they'd know about. Sure. In which skill? I can teach you how to be a better mage, alchemist, and overall better charmer. After all, I am a woman of many talents. All right then, let's begin. What now? Before my father became obsessed with the prophecy, Mother and I spent quite a bit of time together. She was very fond of her alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite a bit about cultivating quality regions. Like the best of friends, I would never hesitate to share anything with her. It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I tried to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away, saying she was much too busy. She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went. I can't wait to see the courtyard again. I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
May not look like much, but my boat can get you there faster than walking.
Who's there? Teach you. Who's there? Time to end.
I can't wait to see the courtyard again. I think so. I tweaked my shoulder a bit in that last one, but I'll be fine. Yes? That's thoughtful of you. This sure is fit for royalty. So, what's on your mind? Oh? What is it? You know, I was thinking it was solitude that got me into conjuration, really. A skeleton doesn't sound like great company, but, well, I felt very lonely. But hey, not anymore, thanks to you. Hey, so... I can't wait to see the courtyard again. I'm glad you're here. Gravity. It truly is a peculiar thing. This law of the earth bones, or so I've read, dictates how land and people are held in place, and how what comes up must come down. It's generally a simple fact of our reality, but it is nonetheless perplexing to think about. But let's just put that aside for now. There's this other thing that I've been thinking about. Symbolic gravity. I think it is that, in which a sense, weighs us down. It prevents us from truly ascending to our true potential. When mortals, vampires, or any sentient being in Nirn tries to scramble and fight for dominance, power, influence, it really is just vanity in the end. Don't you think? If only we understood one another, and not be consumed by these petty squabbles, we could truly ascend into something else. Maybe even Chim. Who knows?
The old waters. Who's there? What have you got? All right, smell your blood. Who's there? Team, good night.
Hey, so far, I think. Thanks. That's very kind of you. Though, there is something else. Just wanted to say how grateful I am for all that you've done for me. No one's ever been so genuine with me, at least in a while. I was lonely most of my childhood. My mother, at least for a time, was the only friend I really had. And then that prophecy came along. I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. This is getting a little... I think I have a sudden urge to feed on something. terrible liar. Stop it. You're not helping. Don't blame me if I sneak a little nibble on you. Nothing escapes your attention, huh? Well, here goes. I've really come to care about you. I just wanted you to know that. Yes, I appreciate you. And that's all I'm going to say for now. You do? I'm glad to hear that. Let's get going then. Do you need something? I can't wait to see the courtyard again. Take a left up here. This is one of those weird double bars. Ashes to ashes. Done and done.
This leads out to the courtyard. Just head for the door. Made it to the courtyard.
Oh no. What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead to the castle's great hall. It looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was beautiful once. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait. Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing, and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something? I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence. The previous owners of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard, and obviously that didn't appeal to my mother. She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements. You can see the plates that show the phases of the moons, Maser and Secunda. That's the thing. What's the point of a moon dial? I always wondered why she didn't just have the whole thing ripped out. But she loved it. I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out. Look around for the missing crests. Even in this mess, they should stick out. Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go. Ahem. My fellow traveling companion, doesn't this courtyard look nice? It's serene in a certain way, and uniquely beautiful, like a certain... maybe. Well, actually, yeah, the garden actually didn't age well. No, I wasn't talking about you. Well, I was. Well, It's entirely possible. Now, enough of that. We got a job to do. Well done, Serana. Nice. I've never even seen this part of the castle. Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
Who's there?
Not very impressive.
I know you're here somewhere. Who's there? I know you're here somewhere.
getting close. I'm sure of it. I don't think we've reached the top yet. I'd bet there's some sort of secret passage around here. Leave it to my mother. Always smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all of this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obvious something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. You found her journal. Let me take a look. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems. That the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that it's good enough. Mistakes with these kinds of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them. Get the ingredients in the vessel, and let me know when you're ready. Get the ingredients in the vessel, and let me know when you're ready. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me, about all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible, before he really went over the edge. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. So, where are we off to now? I'm wondering what my mother got up to here. She definitely wasn't trying to keep the place clean. I had no idea that her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. Created a portal to the soul cave. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible. The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them, and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've read stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of those stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead, or wishing they were dead. I'm ready when you are. Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is, well, hungry, for a lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess. Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. That might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way. Something that would be easier for you. Just know that, whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes, things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. Have you made up your mind? Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the soul cairn. I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you. Thank you. Let's not waste any more time then. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still. Let's go. My mother must... waiting on the other side of that thing.